the pseudokillas, nigga, let me coming for your head. Holding niggas accountable for the pseudo shit that they said. 2026, check the scoreboard. Pseudokillas, see the killer shoes. No fakers, no scammers, no flamers. Pseudokillas, sweet straight pseudokillas. Yeah, we bringing the hammer slow. Pseudo, yeah, pseudo. Man, no fingers, no scammers, we the pseudokillers. I'm tired of all this talking, niggas running their mouths. Beat chests on platforms, begging for some clout. Niggas ain't saying nothing, emotions crashing them out. It's another TKO, another pseudos have to fuck out. Ain't no more running niggas, we need even pseudos dead. We the boogeyman to these pseudos, we leaving the streets red. Stepping the rain, you pseudos, come out, take a shot. It's about time, little nigga, show us what you got. Show PK got mean intentions and the truth is no friend. This is war, love niggas, only one way is gone, man. Say goodbye to next to kids. Pseudokillas, no faking, no scammers, no flippers. Pseudokillas, T-straight pseudokillas, yeah, we burning animals. Pseudo, red, no faker, no scammers, we the pseudokillas. No fakes, no frauds, check the data, check the stats. Pseudokillas, fade out.
Good evening and welcome back to another Pseudokillas production. Thank you. I'm going to let some people get in the building. We got a special one tonight. You see the title. All call-outs will be addressed in due time. We don't react, we respond. So here, Gulle's here tonight to set the record straight. Y'all been hearing me say it over and over and over. Old world monkey Catarini. So without further ado, Gulle, I'm going to let a couple people get in the building. Before you do your presentation, let a couple people get in the building now. Let's do some shout outs. See who's in the building here. Got Omar Reed. It's always in the building. Black African Power. Yes, master. Don't forget to like the show on your way in. Share the show. Help us get this way the algorithm going. We got the Space Age African in the building. Anthony, what's good? Goose, Pseudokilla Army, man. Appreciate all the work you do, all your input, man. You are really an asset, man. Yeah. Pseudokillas in the building. Come on, don't forget, thumb up the show, share the show, tell a friend to tell a friend. Gulle's here to set the record straight. Barbershop boys been barking. The Catarini's been crying. Emotional Catarinis with clippers have been going on. So I think y'all know this word now. It can roll off your tongue because I've been synthesizing the community to that word. Catarini. West Side Jungle Monkey, I say myself. Peace to you. Bam. Y'all gotta come on, man. We upgrade around here. Shout out to Q for bringing this to the community. But you know, when we do it pseudokiller style. No fluff, no fakes, no scammers, straight pseudokillers. So yeah. Gulle, whenever you're ready, let me know.
Oh yeah.
Come off the mic, brother. Come off mute,
bro. Yeah. Man,
I'm good.
What's good with it, fam? Sure, we're gonna get it cracking tonight, man. Finna discuss an argument that we had about the Catarinis and humans being Catarini monkeys. You know, I already had this discussion. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if people watched the discussion that I had already in my conclusion, you know what I'm saying, which made very much sense, and I was very clear about my stance the whole time. And I use strict cladistics and strict taxonomy, and I base my evidence and my stance based off the strict evidence. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to talk about labels and what makes human beings or you know what I'm saying, you feel good. I'm just here to tell you how the science actually works, you know what I'm saying,
Yes.
and how, you know what I'm saying, Cladistics, you know what I'm saying, when it infused with with DNA, and when that mix and overlap with DNA, how, you know, how the evidence lays out now, because we can't just base you know what I'm saying, labels, you know what I'm saying, of organisms in nature and species based on way, just based on how they look, just based off if these species have tails or not, you know what I'm saying, based off if these species even have thumbs or not, you know what I'm saying. So it's all about like the genetics, you know what I'm saying, sticks the glue together even with the cladistics, you know what I'm saying, and it agree and works in my favor, and how I like to use you know what I'm saying, strict cladistics, even when we're talking in a colloquial sense. Because I think though even the term monkey, we need to rehabilitate that word. You know,
Hmm.
I understand the social stain, you know what I'm saying, that I left behind, and I even discussed that last time. But
Yes.
all in all, you know what I'm saying, I'm not here to play a Simon Says game. I'm here to tell the truth about, you know, so how science really is and how monophyletics is the standard, you know what I'm saying, and it outweighs paraphyletics, you know what I'm saying, which is just used as a tool for, you know what I'm saying, introduction, and used for a tool for probably like journalism and things like that. Because this is a heavy information, because this talks to it runs home, because it actually talks in favor, it talks about our species in hand, and the species that we're connected to. That's why even in primatology and anthropology, you know, so you might have overlapping ideas, you might have, you know, saying opposing ideas within those two different disciplines, but they have to overlap, because anthropology is the study of humans, anthro meaning people, and primatology, or anthropology, you know what I'm saying, the study of, you know what I'm saying, primates, you know what I'm saying, anthropoids, and humans or primates. So when you talk about primatology, you have to talk about overlapping with anthropology anyway, because, you know,
Facts. Now let
because
me jump in here for a second. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all hear me proclaiming West Side Jungle Monkey? Gulle can tell you what the Discord is all about, right? And I do that because it's an honor to my brother, because I was all the way on the other side. And he took his time and he beat me all the way down until I understood it. We fought. So when you hear me saying West Side Jungle Monkey, I not converted, but I was educated in understanding how that actually works, right? And it's empowering to understand these things, because it allows us to deal with social stigmas, right? From a different perspective. Once you disarm the stigma, once you actually point out, well, you're not wrong, what is the stigma then, right? And it's going to take some time, but the pseudo killers aren't scared to take on taboos. There are no sacred cows in this environment. This is the environment where the hard stuff is done, the hard lessons are learned, and reality, you just have to face reality. So, as being one that has been got my butt whooped. I mean, got my ass whooped by Gullah on this subject. That's why I support him so much by saying it, right? Because he's actually right. And if you listen to his conclusion, if you listen to the conclusion of this, you would understand things much more holistically and get out your feelings. But without further ado, I'm gonna drop down, Gullah. I'm here. I got the keys, so just let me know when you want to share your screen. But the floor is yours.
okay, I'm finna share my screen now. I'm finna start off with Wiki before I even get into my presentation. My presentation not long. My presentation just mostly my points. I got a lot of trees to show my examples of what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna show you my first stance. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start off with Wiki. You know what I'm saying? The Wiki. You know what I'm saying? It actually has. Hold on 1 minute. Let me share my screen. Let me see. The Wiki actually has. You know what I'm saying, sources that back me. Share my screen. Okay, here we go. All right, said todo listo. Oh, this is my presentation. Hold on, let me go back. Let me stop sharing real quick. Let me go back. So I want to show with the wiki point first. Here we go. Yeah, I want to get to this point first, man. This is very important. This is a very important part because even as the discussion that I was called out, you know what I'm saying, oh, you know, making threats saying I better not say, you know what I'm saying, humans are old world monkeys and all that. I can say that because Catarinis can be classified as old world monkeys because old world monkeys is just when we say old world monkey, that's just labeling. You know what I'm saying? That's not the official scientific taxon. You know what I'm saying? That's not the official scientific term. But if you want to use that term and be consistent in the science, you know what I'm saying? If we're having this scientific, you know what I'm saying, discussion. If you're labeling old world monkeys, you must start at the Catarinis because you're breaking the rules of monophyly. You're using paraphyletic, you know what I'm saying, trees. And let me show you here where it say, you know what I'm saying, Catarinis, the Catarini perv order. You know, say Catarini monkey. You know, commonly known as Catarini monkeys, old world anthropoids, or old world monkeys, consist of Cereopithecines, and as you see here, commonly, you know what I'm saying, commonly sometimes they narrowly commonly call the Cereopithecines only or old world monkeys, but that's for a paraphyletic reason, for labeling and, you know, catering to, you know what I'm saying, people's feelings or how people feel about, you know what I'm saying, this you know what I'm saying, this socially sensitive word monkey. But I don't care about the social, you know, social sensitivity. I just want to tell the science and then the science how it is. I'm not finna just only call the Cereopithecines, which are the cheek pouch monkeys and the leaf eating monkeys, only old world monkeys. Then you say, and you have here, and the Hominidae. The Hominidae are Catarinis too. You know what I'm saying? Which would make these old world monkeys because you can't exclude those. That would be paraphyletic. You know what I'm saying? Using. And in 1812, and this, you know, this idea is very old, you know what I'm saying, since 1812. This idea actually had to be reinforced into science, you know what I'm saying, based on monophylein, and as I said, how DNA kind of changed the field and pushed the field forward. And they say in 1812, geography grouped those two groups together to establish the name Catarini, old world monkeys. You know, this original, you know, original label. Its sister in the infraorder semiforms, and in the infraorder semiforms, that's the bigger form. This is the monkey clade. Its sister in the infraorder semiforms is the parv order Platyrrhines, which is the New World monkeys. And I'm gonna break down later, you know what I'm saying, how to make sense of this and how this should make sense, and how we shouldn't leave out apes, you know what I'm saying, as old world monkeys, and how it should make sense towards, you know what I'm saying, a cladistic science. And here there has been some resistance to directly designate apes and thus humans as monkeys, despite the scientific evidence. See, it's stated here, there has been some resistance. This is talking about the field. This is in the science field. So when you read all those articles, and you can bring me any article, of course, when you find articles, you're going to find them separating, you know, old world monkeys as singling them out as only the Cereopithecines or the Cereopithecodea. But right here is even stating, the field is even stating there has been some resistance to directly designate apes and thus humans as monkeys, despite the scientific evidence. So old world monkey may be taken to mean Cereopithecodea, which is the common use, or Catarini, which is the strict use, which agrees and aligns with the actual scientific evidence. that apes or monkeys was already realized by Georges Louis Lecourt and Comte de Buffon in 18th century. This is old. And even here, look, the Catarini are all native to Africa and Asia, which makes them old world. They already been old world monkeys because Catarinis is one branch of the simians. Since you had simians, you had monkeys, because simian is the monkey clade. If you want to make the smallest monophyletic family in clade and be consistent. And I'm gonna pop down here. This is the article. This is the part of the article we didn't ever get to. This beats up it all. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of like, this is basically like the abstract of what I'm finna tell you in my presentation. The distinction between apes and monkeys are complicated by the traditional paraphyling of monkeys. Paraphyling is the way when they single it out, because it complicates it. The traditional paraphyling of monkeys complicated. When you use that in that term, it say, humans ain't old world monkeys. You know what I'm saying? Because you're referring to only the Cereopithecines, and that's paraphyling. I never was talking about the Cereopithecines. Of course, we don't come from Cereopithecine because that's our sister. You know what I'm saying? Branch, or you know what I'm saying? That's our sister species. You know what I'm saying? Hominoids or Hominoidea is the sister branch of Cereopithecines, and we're more closer to them than we even are to Platyrrhines, which are labeled New World monkeys. And right here it say apes merged as a sister group of the Old World monkeys. They're referring to Cereopithecines here in the Catarinis, which are a sister group to the New World monkeys. The Catarinis is a sister group to the New World monkeys. So Catarinis got to be monkeys if they're a sister group to the New World monkeys. Therefore, cladistically, apes, Catarinis, and related contemporary extinct groups such as Parapithecidia are monkeys as well. For any consistent definition of quote-unquote monkey, Old World monkey may also legitimately be taken to mean and to include all the Catarinis. Because even right here, the Parapithecidia, this is a whole nother family that's just extinct. This is another sister family that's just extinct, a sister family to the Cereopithecines, which are commonly called Old World monkeys, and you know what I'm saying, Hominoidea. So if we calling only the Cereopithecines Old World monkeys, what are the Parapithecidias? They're not apes. They're not you know what I'm saying, Old World monkeys. They got to be Old World monkeys because Catarinis are Old World monkeys. So okay, we get down here. It say Old World monkeys may also legitimately be taken to be meant to include all Catarinis, including apes and extinct species such as the Egyptopithecus, in which come from another sister family, which went extinct. In which case, the apes, Cereopithecordea, and Egyptopithecus emerged within the Old World monkeys. Although the colloquial usage of the term, like ape and monkey in English, reflects a misconception about their true biological relationship, this is not the case in some other languages. More example, in Russian, The same term is used to describe all simians, both with and without tails, includes apes. So this is the English problem, and I'm going to show y'all that right now. Okay, 1 minute. Now I'm going to show my presentation. Let's see. Okay, todo listo. We good, we in there. Let me show slide, okay. Are humans old world monkeys? Cladistic versus traditional labels. This presentation isn't about changing biology. It's about applying it consistently. Core claim. Humans are old world monkeys under strict cladistics. Humans, equal Catarrhini, who are under within Catarrhinis, of course, because apes are in Catarrhinis and humans are apes, which are scientifically called hominoids. Catarrhini, old world monkey lineage. If we apply cladistics strictly, humans fall within the old world monkey lineage. And here we see, what I'm saying, this is a example, so I'm gonna show more of this later and break it down. But right here you see you have primates, you have two major primate sister branches, and probably other branches too that went extinct, but we focus on the extant branches that still lie around today. But the two sister branches that still survive today are Streptorhines and Haplorhines. And from the Streptorhines, which are older, more basal, or the lemurs, or the lemurpedia, lemurrodia, and lorisordia. These are the lorises and your bush babies, and these are your lemurs. These are the Streptorhines or primates. They have like wet noses, or that's what Streptorhini mean, the wet noses. And they have most of them have like dog noses. And they can synthesize vitamin C on their own. And then we get to the sister group, the Haplorhines. These groups of primates have a break in their synthesization of vitamin C. They have to eat it through fruits and get it through food. And here you have two branches that branches off of the Haplorhines. Everything after this is a Haplorhine. Just like everything after the primates, all of these are primates. Every last thing. This is how nested hierarchies work. And then you get it to the Tasorhines. The Tasorforms. The Tasorforms is the older, the more basal branch of the Haplorhines, which is this single family that's left, which is the Tarsidae. It was other branches, alive back then, but this is the only one that's left. But these are very basal, primates within the Haplorhini group. And then we get to semiforms. Semiforms is your monkey clad. This, this is this branch, even though, we see it like this, it had a lot of other, branches, back then too, that went extinct. But it was, two sister branches that are left that are alive today through these bottlenecks right here. Your Platyrrhines and your Catarrhines. And you see here, this is where we're nested at. The Catarrhines with its two branches, Hominidia and Cerapithocordia, which are commonly called old world monkeys, but Catarrhines can be called old world monkeys too, because these are just labels. But if you want to make these labels make sense, you have to put old world monkeys here in the and start here in Catarrhine. because if you just single it to Cephalopodia classification, you're using paraphyletics just for your own, just for for feel good reasons. Because Catarrhines are semiformia that reside in Africa and Asia, and they are monkeys. You can colloquially call these monkeys. So go back in time, these will be, the old world monkeys, starting with the Catarrhines. What everyone agrees on, humans are Catarrhines. Catarrhines include Cephalopodia, like I said, and Hominidae, other apes and humans. There is no disagreement here. Humans are Catarrhines, and Catarrhines include both Cephalopodia and Hominidae. And they also include the extinct family too. Like I said earlier, the Egyptopithecus and the Parapithecines. Monophyly, the rule: monophyletic ancestor plus all descendants. And plus, it works in reverse too. If you cut off any ancestor, you can't cut the ancestors off either, or you can't cut off the descendants. But monophyletic works is the ancestor and all its descendants, not leaving out even one, not none of them. Cladistics require that we include all descendants of a common ancestor, no exceptions. Modern systematic prioritizes monophyletic groups, which are clades, over paraphyletic grouping. Why does it do this? It reflects true evolutionary history and it avoids arbitrary conclusions. This is the foundation of cladistics, which is monophyly. And it's a DNA change cladistics. DNA change classifications. DNA reveals true ancestry. Clades share genetic lineage, and monophyly, is the standard, and paraphyly is outdated. It's still used, it still can be used, but it's outdated. It's outdated to the standard. Before DNA, classification relied mostly on visible traits, things like body shape or tails. That led to mistakes because species can look different but still share close ancestry. With DNA, we can directly measure evolutionary relationships, who is actually related to whom. And what DNA consistently shows is that groups like Catarrhini form a real genetic lineages and true clades. And you see here, DNA change classification. Part 2 is a continuation of the last slide. That's why modern systematic this is why modern systematics prioritizes monophyly, groups that include all descendants of a common ancestor. Paraphyletic groups like traditional, using the term traditional monkey in a everyday colloquial sense, when we just exclude the humans and the apes. Excluding apes don't match the genetic evidence. And as you see here, I have heard a tree without even using none of those label terms. You don't have to use those labels. If you're going to use monkey, put it in this right category, category. Put it right here where simian is. With simian, even in Latin, literally means monkey. This is the monkey clade. They wouldn't call this clade simian. Why would they name it simian if it wasn't? And then two, you don't have to use the term at all if you're not going to use the term in this correct form, in this correct cladistic sense. Don't even use the term. Use it correctly. And if you're going to use old world monkey, if you're going to use that term, use it for all the semiforms that reside and descend out of Africa and Asia, which are the Catarrhines, not just the Cerapithecines. You have to include the Hominidae too. You can't just narrow it down to only the cheek pouch monkeys and the leaf eating monkeys. That's ridiculous. If apes evolved from monkeys, why are there still monkeys? Answer: because ancestral monkeys gave rise to more monkeys, as well as the monkey group we call apes. This one group of monkeys, the living members of which are large and tailless, are referred to as apes. And even if you see here, you got the old world monkeys here who are the Platyrrhines. They branched off, split from the Catarrhines. This is an old Catarrhine. They come out of one of those extinct families. The Nusungwe Pithecus. It come probably. I think this comes out of the Parapithecines. Even when you say Pithecine literally mean ape. So they call this, scientifically, this is even called an ape scientifically. Not colloquial scientific. When you say Pithecus, they mean ape. And they say this ancestral Catarrhine can be regarded as an early monkey. It or a close relative gave rise to monkeys we call apes, as well as more monkeys, which are the Cerapithecines, all the other cousins that are related to apes. So when these species were around, these Catarrhines, if you seen that, you was, that's a monkey right there. You can't say that's not a monkey. That's not nothing monkey-like. That's not monkey-ish. It's a damn monkey. No ifs, ands, buts. When you tie up and match up those skeletal remains, it's going to be like any other Catarrhine monkey that's alive today, including apes. It might have a tail, but guess what? Apes have a tailbone. And even all Catarrhines, some Catarrhines don't have tails. And that don't mean that they are apes either. And they say this is not broad. It's strict. Like me saying Catarrhines are old world monkey, that's not a broad idea. That's not being broad at all. I'm not broadening the definition. I'm applying the rules strictly. Including apes is what introduces consistency. Cladistics doesn't allow exceptions. If a group shares a common ancestor, all descendants stay in. That's the rule. The problem, Catarrhine, that's a check, it's complete. Old world monkeys is restricted, incomplete. You have to make it complete when you just say old world monkeys and only, singling it out as the Cerapithecines. When you restrict old world monkeys to just Cerapithocordia, you remove part of the lineage. You remove part of the lineage, which are apes. Paraphyletic. Ancestor plus not all descendants. Apes are monkeys under a consistent definition. Traditional quote unquote monkeys form a paraphyletic group because they exclude apes, even though apes evolved from within them, within the Catarrhine monkeys to be exact. So you're being paraphyletic. If you're going to use the rules, use them correct. If you're going to talk to me and have a conversation with me of anything about primatology, you're gonna have to be within this framework. If you ain't in this framework, stop talking to me about some labeling and how people write. Just like on Snowfall. Don't come to me talking about the way a person talk. We ain't talking about that. We talking about the science. You know, I hear language versus science. English, monkey slash, quote unquote ape. Other languages, one word for both. Like I described earlier in certain Russian languages, in they cladistics, they don't exclude the apes. They don't exclude humans from monkeys. They say the simians are all simians, and it's monkey. Same biology, different labels. In English, we separate monkeys and apes like they're fundamentally different groups. But in other languages, that distinction doesn't even exist. They use one term for all simians. So the biology stay the same, but the labels change depending on the language. That tells us the split isn't commonly from evolution. It's coming from vocabulary. And that ain't what I was talking about or what I was arguing. And if you're not arguing that, you're straw manning. So I don't know if he the fakest or if he the truest scarecrow, because he full of straw. And they say old world monkey isn't fixed. Old world monkey may mean Cerepithecordia, which is common use, of course. That's your everyday traditional, but traditional doesn't mean correct. Or mean Catarrhini, cladistically consistent usage. Therefore, the term is not fixed to Cerepithecordia, like I broke down earlier. When I kind of used that wiki as an abstract for with my point. If you say old world monkeys only mean Cerepithecordia, that is one convention, not a rule. That's only naming convention. Literature acknowledges broader usage. The term is flexible, not biologically fixed. The argument becomes linguistic preference, not science. Can refer narrowly or broadly. The broader use is more consistent with cladistics. As I mean broader use, I'm saying calling not just narrowing down to the Cerepithecordia, but calling old world monkeys Catarrhinis. You got to. George Louis Leclerc, Comte de Buffon, apes groups with monkeys. Modern systematic monophyly, which reinforce the using of George Louis. Same way same way with the scientific argument. We were talking about modern science and science or whatever. Modern science goes back into history and reinforces some of the old science and put it back into modern science, making it science. And in certain exceptional, ways. Just like right here, George Louis. He's from the 18th century. We go back into his work, and he was right, right about his work because we got the DNA now and how he put his cladistics down, grouping apes with monkeys. Paraphiling, outdated classification, and it's just not as functionable as monophyly. This idea isn't new. As early as 18th century, Buffon recognized that apes belong within the same broader group as monkeys. What's changed isn't the biology, it's the framework. Modern systematics now prioritize monophyly, grouping organisms by complete ancestry. That means including all descendants of a common ancestor, not picking and choosing based on tradition. So when we exclude apes from monkeys, We're not following modern science. We're holding on to older, less accurate classification styles. So you can bring me any article you want using that style, that old, inaccurate style. In my closing, Catarini, old world monkeys, which are old world monkeys, humans who are Catarinis, humans are old world monkeys. The science is settled. The labels are not. My position is simple. I'm defining old world monkeys as full clad Catarini. That's not arbitrary. That's the only way to keep the group monophyletic. Humans are apes. Apes are within Catarini. So humans are within the old world monkey lineage. And let me show you these charts real quick and break these charts down. You see, we got the cattle I broke down earlier, got the semiform. This is your monkey clad. It starts here. We nested within the simians. You have the most basal branch, which is the Platyrrhines. Even the Platyrrhines themselves, they come from the old world originally before they went into the new world or whatever, what I'm saying, because they went through like those branches of tree branches when the continents was a little bit closer or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So all that new world, old world stuff, that's just basically labeling. You don't have to use those at all. And they just basing it off of, when we say new world, old world, it's just basing it off of geographical distribution. And if it's based off of that, the Catarinis are old world monkeys. And so, but the earlier sister branches, the Platyrrhines, which is the flat nose, simians, or the simians with more, they have more prehensile tails. They're more arboreal, which is more tree, spend more time in the trees. And they also have side positioning nostrils. And we get into the Catarinis, go to the next slide. The Catarinis, these are your downward nose primates. And it's also, I think it's also an enzyme that Catarinis lost, I think, that the Platyrrhines have and all Catarinis don't have. I'm gonna talk about that in a future presentation. I'm gonna do a bit more research on that. Like here you see, the two sister groups, the semiform, Platyrrhini, Catarini. These are the only two types. These are the main two types of semiforms. When you get into the monkey clad, there's really only two types of monkeys. You have the Platyrrhines, which is the broad nose side pipe ones. And you have the Catarrhine, which are down pipe, including apes and everything, are all Catarini monkeys. If you want to be consistent. Okay, here we go. We got the Catarini when it branches into there's two sister branches or two daughter branches. The Ceropithecordia and the Homininodia. And as you see here, sometimes or commonly, a lot of commonly, they are narrowly called Ceropithecordia old world monkeys. But that's already taken from Catarini, because the Catarinis are the old world monkeys. You see you have your monkeys right here, your semiform. How can you call the Platyrrhines? How can you call these monkeys? We agree that these are monkeys. You will skip over the Catarinis, which is the sister group of these New World monkeys, and these are the sister group right here, the Catarinis, and you're calling them monkey-like. How can these be monkeys and the sister group be monkey-like? And then you skip over these, and you only narrowly call the Ceropithecordia. You only narrowly calling these old world monkeys, and then you leaving out the apes. That's paraphyletic. That's incorrect. You have to call these old world monkeys starting at the Catarinis. If you don't do that, you're not using science. You're just talking. You're just using vocabulary and trying to categorize people's feelings. I'm not here to play the small violin. I'm here to teach science. And everything here, if you want to make the smallest clade, you know what I'm saying, excluding certain primates without being paraphyletic, creating this node here, you know what I'm saying, of the semiforms, everything semiform. This is the monkey clade, and everything that descends from it monophyletically have to nest in this clade, in this monkey clade. Everything after this is a monkey. Everything. Because that's monophyletic and that's how it works. No exceptions, none. You see here, like I said, like we accept this as monkeys. These are New World monkeys. How can you skip that and these are monkeys now? So you telling me that monkeys evolved twice? Because that's basically what you're telling me. If you're not calling these old world monkeys, starting to hear it, you're basically telling me that the monkeys out of simians evolved twice. And we know that's not the case because the Cerapithecordia are genetically more related and cladistically and taxonomically more related to the hominidae than they even are to Platyrrhenes, because these are sister branches from the Catarrhenes. So I'm not going to play those games. Then we get to the hominidae. These are the hominidea. These are your man-like old world monkeys. You get to your man-like old world monkeys. Even when you get to semiform, all these are man-like, but these are just the more man-like old world monkeys. Because semiforms, you can call them, because semiforms is synonymous with anthropodia, which mean literally people. You know what I'm saying? Or man-like. And even when you get to the term anthropology, it's the study of people. When you say anthropodia or anthropoids, you're talking about primates that are people-like, because humans are people. Humans are anthro. Humans are hominidae, you know what I'm saying? And they come out of these man-like old world monkeys, which are the apes. Therefore, apes are man-like monkeys. And then when the tree break even more down, even further in this particular, lineage of clade, you have the Catarrhini monkeys, splits into a sister group, Cerapithecordia and Hominoidea. And I told you Cerapithecordia, which is your cheek pouch monkeys and your leaf eating monkeys. And its sister group is the Hominoidea, which is all apes. And then this group splits, and you get your Hylobatidae, which is your lemurs. Not lemurs, which is your gibbons. These is the gibbons, which they're called sometimes colloquially called lesser apes, but I don't agree with those. I don't agree with terms like that, because they try to call them lesser because they a little bit more they a little bit more old Catarrhini like, more so than the hominidae, which is the other branch. And then from your hominidae, you know what I'm saying, the hominidae is the branches of your what they call great apes. You get your the Pong, your Pong, which is your orangutan groups. And then the sister group to the orangutan groups is the hominidea. And then from the hominidea, you get, you have your gorillas. And then the cousin group to gorillas is the hominini. The hominini is your man-like monkeys. You know what I'm saying? These are the closest, the group where you have the pan, which is your, you know what I'm saying, your bonobos and chimps, and Homo comes out of this hominini tribe right here. And that's my presentation, yo. And that's it, man.
Great job, great job. Yeah, I'm gonna throw open the floor real quick. Let's see if anybody got any questions. I mean, excellent presentation, brother. Yeah, excellent
Right on,
presentation.
brother.
I know how hard it is to get it off to actually do the work. And this was clear, beautiful, concise, right? And that's what it's about. There can't be much more to add to that. I mean, it is clear. It is clear as day. I dropped the link in the chat. Anybody wants to jump up here? That was a great presentation. Great
Right on.
presentation.
Appreciate it, man. What you? Yeah, damn. Shoot, I had to, man. I had to lay it down, bro.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember that ass whooping. Y'all don't know. And that's what we do as pseudo killers, right? We hash things out. We come in there with our positions, right? And it's about academic integrity. So I
Yeah.
would. This is a great opportunity to show what we do because I consistently say that I got beat up, right? So I had to bring my sources and go through this work. And this is what Gulle taught us in the back, like literally taught us. So it was easy to accept because it is clear, I understand what it means, and we are about scientific accuracy. My whole presentation over this week was in the same line. We talk about systems because once you understand these systems, you navigate science properly, right? So
Yep.
we talk about systems. We eliminate emotions. We take all of that out of it because this is what science is. It's
Oh yeah.
clean, concise. You understand it. It makes sense. DNA put the whole discussion to rest, right? And even now, it confirmed things that were historically thought as well, right? These are
Yeah.
assumptions, and
Yeah.
now
Cause
to be able to solidify them.
yeah. Cause even if you can sit here and be like, oh, show me a source where it say that and this and that. All I gotta do is show you a source of how monofiling work. When you understand how monofiling actually work, you can't show me just any old source where they narrowly using old world monkeys as only the cerebripithecines. Because I understand that that's paraphyletic and I understand what this tool being used for in this field and how the system works. So you can use that. You can say, "Oh, show me this source and that," because I understand that. You know what I'm saying? For us, the tradition, certain things in tradition is resisting against even the evidence that we have. Anyway, so I understand the evidence. So you know what I'm saying? He can get it with that the fakest whatever. And guess what? Wake up, brother. You are Katarina monkey.
Deal with it.
Deal with it,
Unfortunately,
yo.
life is what it is, man. Fact is stranger than fiction. And you just have to simply deal with the reality. Once the science is there, you accept it, synthesize it, understand it, and move on. That's what we do around here. God
Yeah.
killer.
Same
I'm
way we do
here.
with cats. The same way we do with cats. We'll call a cat from the domestic cat all the way up to the lion to the leopard. We do the same thing with that, but when it come to us, you don't want to do
Yeah.
it.
I keep saying we have no problem comparing ourselves to every other animal except the one animal that we are closely related to. We
Okay.
want
Okay.
lions, goats, cat. We want to be
Okay.
dogs, cats. We want to be everything except being a monkey. What's wrong with being a monkey?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We got the double monkey bunch right here. That's the two. Both of them. Let me tell you something, brother. Uh I like the way you defined every word. It kind of bring light to it. Just with each word, man like such as anthropology, all that was very important. I think this is like one of the most important pieces that we have. And so I've always seen the monkey at 40 million years. So what I would like to say is that we had people come on the channel like what's his name? Wishmacom. I can't even think of his damn name. I'm having a bad day today. Remember everybody's name. There was Wishmacom. What's his name? What's his name, yo? Who came in there and was talking about the monkey stuff? Come on, man.
Aaron Ra.
Q.
Shout out to
No,
Aaron.
I'm talking about.
Oh,
No, I'm
Q.
not talking,
Q.
talking about Q. And
Oh,
so
Q.
we fought
Yeah.
him. We fought him on that, right? Now, for me, I always felt like, and I want to use these words, I feel like it's socially unresponsible to call humans monkeys. And I always fought that, right? But Q, what he did was he opened Pandora's box. So I've always seen a 40-million-year-old monkey. So I would like to say this. People aren't actually wrong when they just you decide to use the word primate or great apes, however you want to put that, right? They're not actually wrong. And we know this to be the truth because there's a debate between primatologists and anthropologists. Now, the primatologists, that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
They actually study it. And so, of course, they're going to see the monkey in it. And they're absolutely correct with the way you use the terms and all that. They're absolutely right. And the old system is, like you said, you explained it. We don't use that old system anymore. We got DNA, we got it. So, but I just want to let the public know that you're not wrong if you say they're primates. See, that's not the actual debate, right? The
Yeah.
reason people get upset about it because of the social implications. The
Mm-hmm.
social
The
implications
language.
is clear. The language, and
Yeah.
then you made it's closed, and then you made the point about the language and the Russians. That was top notch. So I don't want to be too long with it. I just want to clearly say that great presentation. I'm gonna give Cubas credit, but he's not a fucking primatologist, so we ain't had to listen to him any damn way. Just for the record, and y'all don't gotta listen to us. Go seek the experts. All
Oh
right,
yeah.
go seek the experts after we say things that seem to be startling. So I don't want to hear nobody running around. Cube said it first. I disagree with Cube. Man, get out of here, man. Knock it off.
Yeah.
I'm giving the man his credit, but he's not a primatologist. And once we hear primatologists say it, right, and they be like, yeah, got you, no problem. But
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. Them two right there gonna do it. I ain't doing it. I'm not
Because
calling
even
nobody monkeys.
Q, was fighting y'all in the Discord, but I ain't know that was Q his stance until that was my first time coming to Discord. I seen what Q was on. I like I had that idea anyway, but I came with the weapons though. I came with the with the scholarship with it.
Yeah. For me, it's about the scholarship, and maybe I need to acknowledge that I'm quite void of social sensitivities and things. Those things are just barriers to information and understanding for me, and I try my best to understand the human side of things. And I think, like myself, just being aware of the terminology, being having these concepts within the lexicon, it it desensitizes people when they have these type of programs which can actually break things down, explain it, right? And I do tongue in cheek with the term Caterini is to put these things in the lexicon. It is to have these concepts out there. The same way I've done with methodological naturalism for years, trying to get the community to sensitize. I'm just supporting what Gull is doing in terms of, and I'm doing it tongue in cheek, right? But I really fundamentally understand what he's doing. This is simply cladistics, right? It is scientifically accurate information. Now maybe you have a tool in your toolbox to arm yourself against, right, the outdated or the abuse of this term. I tend to not allow ignorance to affect me. You're ignorant if you think using the term derogatory has any value. Well, you're actually being scientifically correct. However, my understanding is far greater. When you do that, you put me back with the Catarinis. That is all the way back there, son. You know, we evolved way past that.
Yeah.
I'm actually of the branch of the hominids.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Even in my book right here, when you look at this chart, when you look at the actual let me see, you can't see it for real. When you see the actual the philo chart, I mean they use the term monkeys like you can't really see the word. Come on.
Yeah.
My screen. But you can see they use the term monkey with like when they describe certain like you know what I'm saying they have the scientific name and they have the colloquial name. So you see the word monkey out through the book. But when you look at the actual tree, when they have the tree in here, the philo tree, you don't see the word monkey at all. I have all the scientific terms. And even in here, it talks about nomenclature and taxonomy, and how even nomenclature is a whole different field than taxonomy. And right here it say having identified the species and having at least plausible hypothesis of how they should be arranged into a series of nested monophyletic groups, there remains the problem of what names one should give the groups. This is nomenclature. It is vital to draw a line between taxonomy and nomenclature. Taxonomy is an attempt to represent nature, whereas nomenclature is an invention of human mind invented to serve the needs of the taxonomy. So, you know what I'm saying? Even though, you know what I'm saying, even that, like the nomenclature even itself is a whole different field than the taxonomy that emerges and overlaps into it.
Yep. And yeah, so that, and again, these things take time to become standardized in the literature, because of course genetic changed the game, right? So now the option isn't really there anymore. We just have to get things in order, right? And continue to do the work, right? And we've always been ahead of the curve, or at least we try to be, because we're at the forefront of the information. Like if you look in the literature, you would understand I'm pretty much ahead of the curve using terms like methodological naturalism, right? It is quite recent, within the last 20 years, that this nomenclature has been developed, etc. But it is the proper framing of what we are talking about. I mean, I tell people I just use two sources: the philosophy of science and the history of science. The philosophy of science is where you start, and then you go into the history of science, because then you would understand the dynamic process that took place at that time. And here with the same as well, right? You see that systematic and mechanisms, frameworks. These are the terms that keep coming back. I was sitting in the back there just enjoying myself. Yep. That's
even us using a strict way, using our cladistics, using a strict framework, or even Unc using his framework, where he might use paraphyleticus as a tool, but he understand which is the standard. That's just our philosophy, in the way our philosophy and our philosophical approach to science.
Yeah. So it's more inclusive. And I understand Ang's position, and it's necessary, right, to keep that balance in what we do.
Let that circle go in the circle, goddamn it. No skipping, goddamn it. It's a juicy goddamn conversation, goddamn it. Let that circle flow. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I wanted to let the audience know that you would be wrong, but technically, right, when we get into the nuts and bolts of it, it is what it is. Same thing with science. I'm not going to sit up there and argue you down. Oh, if you think at 300,000 BCE niggas had science, you tripping. But you can have it. We done with the arguing. I will tell you though, a full glass of water is not a half glass of water. I'm gonna say it again. A full glass of water at no stage before it gets there, you cannot call it a full glass of water. That's just with science. All right, science is the full glass, and everything before that is leading to that. Not 1 minute, not 1 hour before. See, we can stand on that, but I ain't mad at you though. Hit that nigga with the full glass of water. What is a glass of water? No, but we talking about full glass of water. See?
Full glass.
And the highly anticipated Gombe chip war is still coming. That's just a masterpiece I had to put together. I'm almost, I'm finished with it for real. Just doing a little polish up. I had to go back and redo some historical, facts. I actually got Jane Goodall books and got kind of lost in the books, and I had to put the real factual information, based from the actual real source. So I got the real source now. So I could put all my ducks in the right row. So I got that now. I had had to get the chimp names to right, you know, the right names and all that. So I got it now. So I even basically know the story by heart now. So I'm just putting the visuals together. It should be done this week.
Yeah, them slides is pretty clean too, though. Some clean slides, you know. I don't know why you ain't run that slide back we did with the Cladistic. I mean, that slide we did, you ain't say that. You don't got that.
Which one you talking about?
Remember you came on the show and I pulled that slide out of nowhere. Cladistic talk about the whole world, the whole thing, but it showed three different trees. So the one you
Oh
talking
yeah,
about the
yeah,
other
yeah.
two. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
you need to keep. I'm gonna send that to you. You need to keep that one.
Yeah, I got it. I got that. I had to get the trees where it fit into where, you know what I'm saying, where I can flex to show how old world monkeys can be flexible. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I had bust out a tree that ain't even had no monkey on it at all. It had the scientific name.
Yeah, but I thought that now go ahead, Cedric.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, man, I just think the Russian point was a hell of a point. Talking language
Oh
here,
yeah.
brother. It was a hell of
Oh
a
yeah.
point there. Yeah, they
Oh
say
yeah,
that again.
because the Russians and the Germans, you know, they play a heavy role in Cladistics too. You know what I'm saying? For as animal, people just think it's just it's an English game, but when they look at it, shoot, they categorize everything simians and monkeys. They don't got no problem with it. It's just the socialization in the English, you know what I'm saying, circles.
I'm gonna get us a African American primatologist. I got one I'm looking at. Get him to come on in and talk.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that'd be
And if you
cool.
think, and if you think about it too, Russia didn't really, you know what I'm saying, Russia didn't really have like participate in slavery either. So
Hmm.
No, they
that's
sure
probably
did.
yeah.
Yeah. So their whole nomenclature is void of those stereotypes, and they would have no issue, using simians or monkeys or whatever for the whole group, right? Why exclude any aspect of it? And I was right where most people are. No. We from the no, we are a separate branch. No, we are our own branch. Yes. However, when you apply cladistics and we engage in the type of discourse that we engage in, you have to be accurate and understand that cladistically you don't evolve out of your clade. Nothing changed on those slides. You realize it, right? Nothing changed. It is the perception, the frame of mind. It is how you analyze the data. That's science. It is that mind work that is at play.
Uh-huh.
It's that mind work is at play. You look at the same data, but now you represent something different. You shift from paraphily because it makes no sense in terms of the genetic evidence that we have now, right? So it is just the appropriate nomenclature for the subject that we're dealing in. And when you have certain individuals that are stickler for definitions and
You can
proper
pull up
nomenclature,
so you can see though. But why they stop? Because
that
nigga,
what
they
is?
making a turn. They in two different lanes. Can I not?
Oh,
Yeah, bro.
so So where that's concerned, I mean, this is an exercise in scientific accuracy. It is not an exercise in dealing with social stigmas, although that is a reality when you're dealing with a subject like this. Gulla opened up and addressed that. So it is not an attempt to minimize anyone's feelings or positions, and he also stated you can use those labels. However, understand that scientifically you're inaccurate. And there are people like myself that would hear that inaccuracy and it just don't compute. Modern science, don't compute.
Why would you know what I'm saying? Why would I don't even know why. I mean, I just think conversations can be had at different levels, yo. I think we and I think when you doing that presentation, we had that conversation in the survey. It's just at a different level. We try to mimic as close as possible, what the experts are actually saying in the field, up to date data, right? And they got the tools to actually do that. And so that's what it is. Don't trust your eyes. Your eyes gonna lie to you, right? So I don't sign off. I mean, seriously, I'm not gonna sign off on the bullshit, man. Me and Gulle had these conversations for years, yo. Yo. So I'm not gonna sit up here and let nobody just ruin my good name. I don't give a damn. So that's real. Real for me any damn way. Ain't nobody gotta listen. So if the man is up there doing it, right, then he's correct. Right? But I gave y'all out. Y'all could just keep saying, quote unquote, um, common ancestors bet. All right, if you there, I'm good with it.
Yeah,
Right? I'm good with it. But
yeah,
you can't make no pretext to act like somebody making some shit up and all that. That's what you can't do, because then you're just ignorant. Sit back and enjoy the ride. If you
Yeah,
understand.
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Because if you analyze that common ancestor, they wouldn't be able to do that. What was if you took that common ancestor, took the fossil, what would you classify that?
But
What would
still,
it fit the treat? You know what I'm saying?
yeah. You can't get around it. There's no need to fight it. Understand it, state your position, and that is also accepted, right? If you said, I'm approaching this from a humanist perspective, understanding the social construct, I am going to use labeling versus the most scientific dudes over there that insist on being strictly to the scientific definitions and are cladistic, right? If you can make that distinction, then it's fine because we accept both terms, but we ain't wrong though. Don't
Yeah,
make that the issue.
oh, you on par with the primatologist.
yeah. Even if I use like Clint Reptile, because Clint Reptiles, he's an actual educator. He works in the college. He educates, what I'm saying, on his free time. Like he teaches kids, what I'm saying, have classes and all that stuff. And just him being on YouTube, he has a reputation. He fought a whole year to get his PhD on this very subject. You know what I'm saying? And like he ain't finna mess up his reputation just being on YouTube. Same way Neil deGrasse Tyson, he not finna mess up his reputation, even though he got a YouTube show. He gonna be precise and scientific on this show and correct.
Yeah,
So it ain't just a person on YouTube just speaking out his neck. So we bring somebody on YouTube, it's gonna be a PhD or educator. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
So they just won't be talking on their neck just because of YouTube. They're gonna be, on point because
yeah.
they got a
Huh?
scholastic reputation.
That was indeed a red herring attempt to discredit actual
Well,
PhD
what happened?
who fought for this, who argued this during his dissertation. He put it up. He put his dissertation and his arguments up there. It was the vitamin C that lynched it for me. That was it for me. You can't get around that. You cannot get around it. That's the nail in the coffin. And that
So
did it, man. That's beautiful work with that. Shout out to Clint Reptile. I mean, you know me, I'm divergent, right? I got the birds, the dogs, so I'm into the reptiles. So yeah, these are we watch the same programs, we follow the same people independently. It's not that
what's his
we
specialty? What is special? What is what the expert at? What field in?
Who Clint Reptile?
Uh,
Clint Reptile is a biological what's it biological evolutionary biologist.
yeah.
oh,
And
okay.
he got a couple. He got like three other. We got like two. They got two other degrees too. See, let me look.
Yeah. Um, I'm not sure. I know, but
Get a problem.
he's the evolutionary biologist. So his program is about his effect of relationship with reptiles
It's
primarily.
not closed. You don't sell them.
And that's one of the reasons I followed him.
Hmm?
But
You looking at
coincidentally,
that? That's
subject
not the place.
he did his whole dissertation, right? He did a whole dissertation, and again, it was the vitamin C argument that was the linchpin for me, especially understanding genetic continuity. You can't get around that aspect. Once it was in the equation, it's in the equation. That's the same smoking gun like ERVs, right? You cannot get around that at a certain moment. But he's an actual professor. He has a PhD and several other degrees, and this is what he actually teaches. So his YouTube channel is just his hobby, right? He runs
Yep.
a wildlife sanctuary, right? In Utah, and
Do they
and
got
he's
the
a
same
university.
drinks or no?
They say where I hear say he a PhD
Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
he said he a PhD in biology education. He has a master's in evolutionary ecology, and it say he has taught at both Utah Valley University and Brigham Young University in teaching subjects as genetics, evolution, nature of science, ecology, and organism diversity.
Aaron Ra also holds the same position, and he actually went to college to study philology, right? You
Yep,
can go to his channel as well. He has a full breakdown of it. Again, it's pure science, void of
yep.
emotion. So
And Gibbon as well. She has a degree, I think
yeah,
she's working on
these
her
are the
master's
people.
degree in primatology. And
Primatology.
yeah, and like I said,
She got a degree in proper science. That's
yeah,
that shit.
primatology. I
She's
think she working
working
on her
on a
master's.
PhD.
Yes, she
Yeah, I
lethal,
think she
yo.
working on her
Shorty,
master's
shorty,
degree too.
shorty lethal, yo. She
Yeah.
lethal, yo.
So
She's straight lethal,
um,
yo.
yeah.
Yeah,
And there's another Dutch anthropologist that I follow. I'm gonna put her page in the back chat as well in the Discord.
yeah,
So we actually follow the experts, not YouTube channels. These are
yeah.
PhD. These are
And, and,
people that
and,
are educators and use YouTube as a tool. The same what we do. We're just not professionals, but we follow the professionals, right? We bring
mhm.
it right back here.
Yeah, and
And
even
we
and
tell
even,
you
and
where we
even on
get
that,
things.
even when he was like he tried to show that, like, I don't know, he did. I guess he used some type of abstract of the YouTube video, but he didn't even actually show the YouTube videos what I was talking about. If you actually look at those videos, they agree and explain exactly what I'm talking about or what I'm saying. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So he didn't even show the videos. He didn't even probably even look at the videos. He just assumed, probably put the videos through you
He said what? He did
through
what?
the AI.
What
Like
happened?
like
What
when they
happened?
do, yeah, when they do, she told he when I showed him YouTube videos, he didn't even look at
Okay.
the YouTube videos on his
Uh-huh.
presentation. He probably put the YouTube video through his AI, and it probably explained to him what the YouTube video is about without him even looking at it. He couldn't have looked at it because the YouTube videos explain
No, I
exactly
was
what
saying you said he put it through or you got what I'm confused.
I'm talking about. The dude, the fakest,
So
when he
he
went live.
so he probably didn't even deal with the YouTube videos though. He couldn't have. He wouldn't have used them.
Yeah, he didn't even look at it,
Yeah, he
but
look at it.
in that thing he explained that I used the video. He even said the man name Clint Reptile, but he didn't even really look at the video himself. He probably didn't even understand the videos, even if he did look at it,
Yeah,
because
he ain't looking over it.
he just jumping into the conversation because he's really being tribal instead of being trying to find understanding in the conversation, talking
Yeah,
past
I can't.
talking
Yeah, I
past
can't stand.
the arguments.
Yeah, you said he being tribal.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, that point, that's all you're doing, right? Because you're arguing to argue, right? You're not, you're straw manning and you're trying to win an argument
Look,
by straw manning my position. And that's a disingenuousness that I have a problem with. The good faith arguments, especially if you're going to address the scholarship, because that's all we do, then it must be done in good faith, right? That's the only way the community benefits from it. This whole idea that we are this warring tribe and each show must be about dudes going at each other's neck is ludicrous and ridiculous, right? We simply need to convey the proper and correct information. And if we got contention, it should be done in good faith. That's the way the community grows and everybody grows. But you strawman the position, you argue against something that he didn't say, and you're not even understanding the area or the demographics of the subject we're dealing with, right? It is monophyly. From the moment I say monophyly, You're supposed to do the research, understand that position, and you can be just
Put
as
it in the
honest.
car, bro. You didn't make me walk out
You
there.
can
You
be
walk
just
past
like
that.
on can say, well, I understand what y'all saying. However, from a social
Inside the
aspect, I'm
thing.
going to continue to say this, or I'm going to use this terminology. No one has a problem with that. But the straw manning and the attempts to undermine the position when you know it's academically sound, now that's where that tribal nonsense come into play. And that's where that tribal nonsense come into play.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Like a rookie police with a gun just trying to shoot it. He just want to shoot his gun for the first time and miss it. Shooting in the shooting
Choo,
people.
choo, choo, choo.
And like, how many shots and miss at this point? I'm not even ducking. I'm just sitting there like this. Go ahead. Take your best shot.
Nah, I ain't doing back and forth. Yeah, I can have that. I can have that crazy shit. I ain't went too crazy with it. It's
Nah.
dumb now. Now it's just dumb.
Yeah.
It's all right. Then it got dumb. So when it get dumb, I gotta get out of it. Yeah, I gotta get out because I understand. I take my victories. I have no issues with that. Yeah, I don't have no point with that. There ain't nobody but no shit. Read the same source you read and act like you can't read. That shit's stupid to me. That's dumb.
Yeah,
The
Yeah,
and
craziest
man.
shit ever, yo. You can read the
like
same
me,
source and don't understand the shit.
it ain't about being right or wrong, or it's just about having a discussion and having a scientific circle and a cipher. To me, like we had most of the fun in the discourse. I like to go live, but I don't care. I wouldn't even care if we never went live. We just had this conversation amongst brothers, having a scientific conversation, a complex conversation.
Correct, bro. Competent conversations, right?
Yeah, competent and high level conversations, right? And that's what I've noticed throughout this science debate, quote unquote, not a debate.
Y'all
There,
keep saying debate. You know, fucking debate.
well, drama in the community, the God killer again. But you know, I mean, with the A side, we can continue to lead the conversations. We're gonna continue to push
Yeah,
the
lead the
topic
way.
and lead the way. Right? What
Lead the
I'm
way,
saying is
bro.
the obvious levels at which the discussions were being had was
Mm-hmm.
obvious, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are talking systems, framework, cultural context, actually engaging in what modern science historians are doing, which is accurately labeling things. We are in we represent methodological naturalism. We represent science. What we're dealing with is a group of people that sit in a barber shop and shout out to Stupes, who clearly says we want to engage in rhetoric. Our logic and our deductive reasoning is what we think
I
and
thought you
what
was gonna
we
finish
prefer. So that authoritative position,
it.
right, which the church also fought uh, its life to maintain, is what these individuals were trying to do. And in an attempt to undermine our scientific stance and that we promote and teach scientific literacy. This is not the arena in which you are going to go and have these superficial quote unquote arguments, because all you end up doing is making yourself look absolutely ridiculous and retarded. Shout out to Reggie. You have displayed the utter simpleness of the most unintellectual, underdeveloped, emotional, ideologically bound idiocy that I've ever seen in my life. I love the fact that you wrapped yourself up in your own linguistic trap. Because, Reggie, I'm going to continue to remind you, by your own definition and use of terms, you have rendered the Egyptians and everyone else without knowledge. Complete.
He like the Wile E. Coyote. He set the bird trap and slapped himself up with the bird trap.
Yeah, I ain't dropped that link. Don't nobody else want to get up on the page. He said, "Why?" Chapter shut the trap and
Yeah,
kill himself.
yeah. He like Daffy
Roll
Duck and the
up.
dynamite. The dynamite made his beak turn backwards.
that coyote's really is that Reggie is really a slick guy. That coyote, yo.
Oh, I was like, got him. God,
Like we the road running around this motherfucker, yo. We road running, we lead the way, nigga. They be trying to catch us, yo.
some hilarious
Acme, they with
comedy.
the Acme, they use the Acme company to try to get us. Acme explosion. Hey, yo, get them with the karma. Boom. Do they so for boom.
Chef gets up there and he's fighting with his chat GPT. The best way to accurately describe them would be natural philosophers.
Get that look in his eyes and shit.
but what would it be called in the modern running concept? What would it be called if you want to equate what they would be in a modern context? They would be the scientists of their day, because you're trying to do that equation, right? You're dealing with a language model. See, y'all, you could call them a scientist.
Oh, that shit was funny, yeah. I was like, I'm niggas, man.
That was the most. I died.
I don't even know why you said a nigga name. That shit ain't working no more, dog. Trust me, yo. That shit played out, yo. Shit wild. Once you realize a motherfucker just, you know what I mean, just don't got it, ain't gonna be able to get it, yo, you gotta know when to back off, yo. You know what I mean? Shit, if you think we wrong, fuck. All right, bet. Good way, yo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cause
I swear I'm good.
Yeah, because
man.
sometimes you gotta like you know they ain't gonna sit down with themselves and just try to get it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I think we're in a fight to win. Like we trying to win something. I'm like, what?
Win what?
I'm trying to win shit. I'm trying to get the I'm trying to win. Just teaching. I'm just teaching people trying to teach people how the glass get full. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Really trying to say their life. Really trying to say their life.
Yeah, shit. I ain't trying to. Damn, man.
That
shit, I'm trying to
vaccine.
get them to the full glass. Nigga, shit, this can be been anti-scientific forever. You know what I mean? Forever, yo.
But we tricked them.
You know,
We tricked them.
Tricked me. Fell all into it. Got tricked.
Got all y'all talking science.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, Facebook, it's all over the
Next
place. Science. What a beautiful thing.
What's our next conversation? We want to talk about
the nerds rule the day. Now we're going back, right? Because we're the Illuminati. So we're going back, and we are going to think of the next conspiracy to bring to y'all. The next kind of worms that need opening.
Let's talk about how the human feet was formed. Goddamn it! Let's see if we can get them on that. Get them on that. Hey, no, what the one formed that with it better. Wow, man. I can see Stupid now. Hey, the motherfuckers started the feet, man. The put in the white man. We had the feet first, man.
Cedric, you a Caribbean man up here promoting this nonsense. You want to be called a monkey?
We didn't know that we had the feet first, man. Before the white man. We didn't want to cut the foot. We had the feet first in the toenail spray.
These
Pseudokillas, they want to tell us and diminish the work of the ancients. How it is how it is that they produce fire, and you want to tell me the ancients they know fire.
He did say that, didn't he? Yo? We put the fire.
Hey, that's another dagger. Hey, that's another dagger to the Catarini, because to be a Catarini, you gotta have flat fingernails, yo.
Yes, sir.
Hey, yo, say they put the fire in science, man. I can't believe they said that, man. I said, damn.
Wow.
I say, man, look, bro. This is what we dealing with, man. Him and Reggie, yo, we should put both of them, yo, the lead scientist and the court justice. Lead scientist polymath, you know what I mean? These niggas is sharp. They sharp. And niggas say fire is motherfucking science. I say, Jesus Christ. What the hell is going on? Reggie say the Homo erectus had signs. I said, what? I say, man, look, man,
You
I
study
gotta get that clip.
All right, everybody mute out. I'm gonna turn the floor over to Juju. She's got something to say. Her screen is sharing.
was she
Juju, you got the
studying
floor.
lore them some lorises right there.
Juju,
Yeah,
you got the.
this is Stephanie, Dr. Stephanie Poindexter. She has her PhD in anthropology. Her concentration is primatology, and I was just going through her website. She does um, all different types of stuff. This is some more of her work, but I'm saying y'all might want to reach out to her. Her contact information, I already put it in the chat. Um, that's some of her research. She has publications. She's published in research journals also. Master thesis on hand if you like. Yeah. Oh yeah, Sanskrit Lores Project. I think this is her recent research. And that's Miss Poindexter in the middle. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's hard. That's tough. That's dope. She studied lorises.
Gotta make an effort to reach out to her. Maybe
Reps.
send a link to the show and see if we could get her on the program. That would be
Man, would have been nice to do that shit in the back office, though. Would have been nice.
What's the difference? I don't know what the difference is.
Jono say. I think it's a great idea. We just have to follow up on it, and I'll see what we can do. Thank Juju. That was some great information. So
Oh yeah,
that's another
that was
option
that was
to get
yeah, that
to
was some
Charlotte.
juice. Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you,
dope.
Juju.
That's dope. She studied lorises too. Lorises is very
Yeah.
interesting. They in the streptorini branch. You know, so they related to
Madon,
Yo,
bush
what up?
babies.
what's good? What do you think about the presentation?
I missed it, man. I just got to the crib. I saw y'all was on. I said, let me see what the so-called pseudo killers doing.
Yeah. We was discussing monophyly and whether Homo sapiens sapiens are Catarrhini, yes or no. And the conclusion is based on monophyly and cladistic definitions, scientific definitions, we are indeed fully nested, fully rooted within the Catarrhini branch, aka old world monkeys.
Oh, monkeys. Yeah.
Oh, well, I can't ride with that, but I got, I respect it. I just don't accept it, but I respect it.
AKA, also known as your regular. Yeah, you see that precision there? That's a pseudo killer for you. Also
Oh
known
yeah.
as Gullah, your Gideon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, they would have gotten me on that one. We gotta be precise these days. The Kevin Bacon video is coming. It's coming.
Oh, I guess they talking about when I said so-called pseudo killers. Somebody picked it up. But yeah, I respect it, man. I still don't. So she's saying it's like those were some of the first things to evolve that caused the evolution of human beings. Because I missed the lecture.
No, that's not. That's
And,
for like the branch. Like, cause you agree that humans are mammals, right?
Yeah, I ride with that.
Yeah, we mammals. So the type of mammals we are, you know what I'm saying? Humans, we come out of the primate group of mammals. But you got different groups of primate, different branches. You know what I'm saying? So the branch that we come out of, that we also share with other primates, you know what I'm saying? But we come up out of the simian primates. But even our primates not even simians either, because you got other primates like lemurs, tasers, you know what I'm saying, which is other groups that we're more close related to. The primate branch we're more close related to. And you got like you know what I'm saying, bush babies, lorises, things like that. But when you get to the, you know what I'm saying, simians, you get to more, you know what I'm saying, more highly intelligent primates. You know what I'm saying? You get your the New World monkeys, which is the Platyrrhenes. Then you get your Old World monkeys, which is the Catarrhenes, which you have two branches, Cerapithecines, and you know what I'm saying, and you have the hominids, which is the ape, you know what I'm saying, the ape, branch.
So, what would you say triggered the offset to where everything went in its own evolutionary direction? Like, okay, this one branched off and it became the human beings and all this. So, what
No,
was the breakoff point?
it don't really work like it just the conditions and the, you know what I'm saying, radiation. You know what I'm saying, things die out. You know what I'm saying, things survive. You got different bottlenecks. You know what I'm saying, the founders effect, things like that. Like, you know what I'm saying, you had different extinctions, different species that died out, ain't even around today. When you look around today, you're looking at the leftovers, like
Oh, so
the
you believe in chemical evolution?
no, I ain't no chemical evolution. He said chemical evolution.
What?
That's it's,
Hey,
it's a such thing. It's chemical evolution. That's a real thing.
I
That's
mean,
that creationist talk right there. Mm-mm.
biology is chemical. Everything in biology is chemical.
Exactly.
Period.
Well, no, I was just asking, did you believe in chemical evolution?
You that believe no
I mean, everything in
organic
biology
chemistry.
is chemical. Like that's like a redundant thing to say
Yeah.
Well,
because
no. Well, let me tell you what chemical evolution means. Right? Chemical evolution means in the beginning, somewhere in the primordial waters or whatever they want to call it. Right? Um, chemicals, you know, spontaneously connected with each other and form life or a single
What?
cell organism.
What?
Yeah, I
Get
mean
him,
that's
you
get
talking
him,
about
Xavier. Get him,
fusion.
Come
Xavier.
on, Madon.
Savio
Stop.
have no clue about what this conversation is going on was
Yes, I
talking about.
do. I know
Get him,
exactly what you're talking about. You talking about the
get him, Xavier.
primordial soup. You talking about the primordial soup. No. Stop. Please. STOP.
Yeah,
Bro, I'm
even
just
Stop.
saying chemical evolution is like,
even that subject has various different hypotheses. Even if itself, it's not like a settled. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they
Like
always like to play in that muddy water, right? What he's talking about is abiogenesis. It's a field of study, and we have models, we have hypotheses. A lot of work is being done in that field, and now I can go into it, but it's irrelevant. It has not reached the stage of a theory, right? There are a lot of aspects to that process that is quite difficult to replicate, like the early conditions that the Earth was found in. Recent studies of the trails of a meteorite from Japan, we found once again the building blocks of life within a meteorite, right? So, what they're talking about is basic amino acids. So, there are many hypotheses what was the initial quote unquote spark. I'm going to say spark, but again, that is not what it's actually talking about. We are talking about the point that small molecules started to replicate and become longer and longer chains, eventually folding into self-replicating molecules, right? That's a process of abiogenesis. However, that is in its hypothesis phase, although work is being done. So every time these discussions and when we talk about what we are, what we can observe, which is evolution, the diversity of life that we experience, right? They always take the conversation back down to chemical evolution. These are
no, I mean,
creation.
I just, I know some of those things some people quantify that as chemical evolution. I mean, I just, I heard certain people do that. So, but I
Yeah,
mean, I got you, Cedric.
the creationists do that. We know the terminologies, we know the nomenclature, chemical evolution, and then you talk about the Big Bang, that being a process of evolution, and everything is evolution. No, it's not. Everything has its proper definition, cosmology, is not abiogenesis. Abiogenesis is not evolution. Evolution explains the diversity of life. What abiogenesis is trying to model is the early formation of primitive cells, right? So not even the single cells organisms that you see today, right? They are highly evolved organism. For the majority of life on Earth, it was microbacteria, right? So what we see now are these single cell organisms, and we talk things about irreducible complexity. There are millions of years of evolution in single cell organisms, far greater time of evolution than with Homo sapiens. Put that into perspective.
I got you. I got you. I got you. But yeah, you know what I was talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Y'all knew what you was talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You see, I dabble
That's
in
why
both
I asked
sides
you
of
to
this.
just stop.
Go ahead,
That's why I
Silvio.
just asked you. That's why I just asked him to stop. Like he regurgitated
I
all.
mean, but this is an argument, though, bro. That's all I'm saying. It's an argument that's out there. That's all.
It's an argument. It's an argument that's been put to bed like panspermia. You know, I actually seen a video where some dude was talking about aliens seeded the planet.
Well, I don't believe in aliens and all that crap, bro.
Panspermia, alien, some intelligent alien life seeded the planet and flew off into the void and left humanity
Humanity.
specifically. Yeah, specifically.
Yeah, that's that humans are superior
Hmm.
species kind of logic right there.
That's right up Madon's alley. I just
Mm-mm-mm.
sent it to you.
Man,
That,
listen. One thing I know is the black man is the original man. So as long as I know that, I'm straight.
No, really.
explain that.
Everything else falls in line.
What you mean by that? I've heard that term, but I never understood what it means.
Well,
Black.
what it means is that when
Wait a
it comes
minute.
to the when it comes
Wait
to
a
the
minute.
black man, what they call the Asiatic black man, meaning
Okay.
Asia was one.
Huh?
They used
Just
to
a
call the
second.
Earth Asia. The whole Earth was called Asia at one time. So
What?
um, when I
Why,
say the
why,
original
why,
man centric,
why,
that's just basically
why was
saying
the whole earth?
you can't get the dominant from the recessive, but you can get the recessive from the dominant.
Slow down. Slow down. Slow down.
Asia,
Slow down.
Asia mean the east. Why would the whole earth mean the east?
Who are
Why
you
would the whole
called
earth
The
mean?
Asia,
whole Earth
right?
was called Asia at one time. Asia Major, Asia Minor.
No,
Okay.
no, no.
Those are
Why would the whole
regions.
earth be? Why would the whole earth be one cardinal direction?
Right.
Well, you had land. The land was connected on all of the Earth.
Huh?
Okay. So I'm
Bro,
gonna
you
ask you,
sound
Madan.
crazy.
Madan, the term black people, black man, we know exactly the evolution of this term throughout history. It's a recently a modern
Man, let that circle
invention.
go, man. Let that circle go, man. Let that circle. Someone give me a piece of that. Let that circle go, man. Madonna's a nut.
Man.
That's all I gotta say. Go ahead. Go ahead. Nigga went back to the 50s on us, though. God damn. Cream in the earth.
I'm, I'm trying to figure out at which point in the evolution of Homo sapiens sapien that did decide we coming black
Hmm.
and from Asia
From
originally.
Asia.
Well,
Man.
Asia was called the whole Earth was called Asia, my brother. I'm not just
By
talking about some
whom?
single
What?
out landmass.
When? By whom? When? We're talking about the evolution of Homo sapiens sapiens, which you declared somehow to be the original black man, when we know when the term black was applied to human beings and to a
Well, I
very
understand what you're
select
saying.
group
That's
of people.
cultural
So,
construct. I understand what you mean by cultural construct of black, the word black. But at
yes.
the end of the
So,
day, we understand we got dark matter, we got space,
no, no,
all
no, no, no. Stay
triple
still. No,
stages of
stay right
darkness.
there.
Dark matter.
Madon. Stay on planet Earth, right? Homo sapiens sapien evolved, right? There is no starting point, right? There's no cutoff point. The only way we can do evolution is by looking backwards, right? But you wouldn't be able to see it in real time. If you would walk evolution as a human being, you wouldn't be able to tell when humans started. Humans developed in populations. So there was no original man. There was populations. And in these populations, you'd evolve within your environment, right? And your exposure to
Yep.
so there's no singular one type of human being ever. There never was
Yep.
that.
Even
I agree with him.
even man is a misconception concept, because man just means tool user. And we know now that even other primates or even some of our close relatives use tools as
Now y'all
well.
should have played the little pseudo lurk bell when he said that shit.
No, that's for
No,
real.
Well, they just showed a video earlier today where they're saying apes and monkeys are in the Stone Age. It's on YouTube. Look it up.
hey, let me tell you, Madame.
Man, I seen a cat pick up a
Hold
light
on,
bulb.
Madame.
What that mean?
Hold on, Madame. I can't yell. I'm saying you're correct because you're giving us a religious treaty on how man came to be. So I can't say you're wrong in that. Just like I can't say the Hebrew story is wrong. Just like I can't say the Zulu story is wrong. That's what American story is wrong. They're all religious stories. So Native Americans say we come from corn. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with them. So that's a
Damn.
And
religious
there's a
story.
story that said we come from a turtle.
We're actually
Well,
talking about a scientific origin of humanity. So two different things. Don't put your mythological story up with the scientific story. Come on, bro.
well, no, I'm just saying scientifically, you can't get the dominant from the recessive.
No. Okay, so explain to us what dominant and recessive is.
Well,
I knew
basically,
you.
the
I knew you were gonna
dominant
mess it up.
gene is the gene where you what we call so-called melanin, or the different carbon within the body, right? The original man, which you can
No. I
extract
said.
all
I said
colors from.
explain. I said explain what dominant. Yeah, you didn't explain what recessive is and dominant. What is it?
Those are traits within the human body.
Okay, but you explained it wrong. You got like dominant is better and recessive is weaker or worse. That's not true. That's not how it works. So if you had dominant, if your genes, if you had dominant genes, there's a signal that goes out during development. If that signal was dominant, you would actually have six fingers is a dominant trait. Would you want 6 fingers?
Well, I mean, if it would be a benefit, why
No, it
not?
wouldn't
But
be. It wouldn't be a
at the
benefit.
moment, nah.
Thank you. So I'm trying to make a point here. So recessive, right? Recessive ain't too good in Africa. We can agree that, right?
Say that one more time.
Recessive genes that produce like lighter skin, right? You would say that's not good in Africa, correct?
Yeah, to a degree, yes.
Yeah, it's not good to be light and super pale in Africa. It's not good. But to be super dark, dominant, right, is not good in areas outside of Africa. That's why you don't see, you know what I mean, before modern times when people start having transportation and sunscreen stuff. That's why you don't see Homo sapiens jet black outside of Africa, like I'm saying in the northern latitude. So it doesn't happen. That's why they stay near near the equator areas. The darker people are more or less naturally near the equator until you get technology that allow you to protect yourself or have proper food sources, right? You know what I mean? So the dominant and recessive is just based off where you at. So it can become a liability is the point I'm making. So it's not like we think it is. It's not better or worse. It's not that. It's based off your environment. Gulle talked about radiation, right? That causes fucking breakage in the daggone DNA, right? You know what I mean? Damages DNA. And when DNA damage, it mutates. Yeah, the dominant recessive, we learned that wrong. That was bullshit. That was from a religious thing, from a scientific thing. Recessive genes and dominant genes, it's based off where you at, whether it's a help or hindering.
So the screen, see on the screen, 6 fingers isn't a dominant trait. Listen, we are the pseudo killers. We don't make stuff up. All right, I'm gonna read this briefly here. This article is about the birth defect for the paleontological term C. Polydactyly, commonly known as six-fingered or extra fingers, is a birth defect that results in extra fingers and toes. Hands are more commonly involved than the feet. Extra fingers may be painful, affect self-esteem, and result in clumsiness. Where do we talk about the dominant? Dependent in 4 to 12% newborns. It's in here somewhere. Let's go.
Type the word dominant in the thing.
Yeah. Dominant in
And that signal went out too much. Hedgehog gene. I think it's called the hedgehog gene.
right there. And it's right in here. Dominant signal. No, it's not dominant.
So Francis Cress Wilson was pseudo?
No.
Another continuing use of what she says, pseudo.
Yes.
Damn.
That shit was in the 50s, yo. We gotta knock it off.
Right here. Polydactyly is associated with different mutation, either mutation in the gene itself or in the cis-regulatory elements responsible for the expression of a specific gene. Mutation in the hoax or the HOXD cluster is reported leading to polydactyly. Interactions of the hoax13 and the GLI3 induce polydactyly, a combination of extra and consolidated digits. Other signal transduct pathways in this context are the WNT signal pathway or notch. There we go. Polydactyly can occur by itself and more commonly as one feature of a syndrome of congenital anomalies. When the occurs by itself, it is associated with autosomal dominant mutation. There you go.
Hey, you don't want 6 fingers, man.
In genetics, dominance is the phenomena of one variant allele of a gene or on a chromosome masking or overriding the effect of a different variant of the same gene on the other copy of the chromosome. The masking or overriding variant is said to be dominant and the other recessive. This state of having two different variants of the same gene, one on each copy of the chromosome, is originally caused by a mutation in one of the genes, either new or inherited. The term autosomal dominance and autosomal recessive are used to describe gene variants on non-sex chromosomes, autosomal, and their associated traits, while those on sex chromosomes, allosomal, are termed X-linked dominant, X-linked recessive, or Y-linked. Right? I know those terms because it is part of when you're dealing with birds and breeding birds, variations in the colors. So some genes are sex-linked, right? Like the yellow mutation in the ringneck, that that's a sex-linked mutation. So you can pretty much look at a bird and based on its parents, know the sex-linked mutation and what it's a male or female just by the color of the bird, sex-linked gene. So,
Well, it sounds like the most honorable Elijah Muhammad got it right.
No,
According to
man,
what
what?
you just read.
man,
What the hell? Oh, I got to go. I'm out of here, family. That's
oh
crazy.
man,
Bro, when we look at the different people on the planet, right?
oh
The yellow
man.
people, the brown people, the red people, the black people, and the white people.
What are you talking
We can
about? Which yellow, red, white people? These are varying degrees of melanin expression, whether one or the other, right? And all humans have both types of melanin. What
through
are
a
you
mutation.
talking
Through
about?
mutation, right?
Which mutation? No,
So
adaptation.
so when the mutation like that article you were just reading, what it said about mutation?
No, we were explaining you dominant and recessive gene and how not all dominant gene are something you want to have. So you're fundamentally talking about dominance equaling better or good, and that's not a reality because we know that when talking about these terms, it's about survivability. In one environment, dominant genes will help you, and those same dominant genes in another environment will kill you.
Well, what I'm saying, Cedric, is this, right? We could okay. Let's just for the sake of argument, let's leave out good and bad, which I can't really do it. But we don't see what we quote unquote call European or white people producing the dominant brown or the dominant yellow or the dominant black. We don't see them producing that. But when it comes to us as a black people, we produce that which is brown with that which is
Who?
yellow, red, light, and damn near
What?
white.
What? No. No, what? Stop it. You're not making any sense. You
What you
really
mean?
ain't. No, you're not. You are using these
Okay, so why can't white people produce that which is the darkest of the dark black?
you gen- your autosomal genetic makeup is different. That's why you don't make the. That's why Europeans are Europeans, so that they don't produce Africans. How do you expect that? How do you expect an African to produce a European when the genetic makeup of what we are today are different? Now, if you see us here in the West, we have a lot of autosomal admixture, so our offspring can have phenotypes that vary, right? Doesn't mean that black people, quote unquote, Africans, produce Europeans. We don't pop them out. That's not how that works. Come on.
And
Well,
all you
I'm just laying out what it is
and all,
that what we can
and
observe.
all and all Europeans ain't even the same. If you look up the genetic history of Europe, they ain't even all the
Yeah,
same.
genetic diversity all over.
Yeah, all white people, all of them is white people though, bro. At the end of the day,
What,
No, they
what,
not.
what,
No,
what,
they
what,
not, yo.
what? Stop
They
that.
ain't
That's
all white
crazy.
people.
well, like I'm saying, bro. But see, that's why. Okay, let's look at it, right? We the only people, the dark people are only people that we can see that can produce the various the range of colors, bro.
No, that's pseudo.
How is that pseudo?
That's pseudo because you produce a phenotype within your environment, bro. So you don't go to the Maasai and see 50 Europeans because every couple of generations they pop out a white man. Well, what are you talking about?
It can't be environment because we see the people in
Oh,
Australia.
Madon, Madon,
Hold on, bro.
Madon.
Hold on. We see the people in Australia that is the darkest of the dark,
Right, right,
What they got
right.
to do
so if
with
we
it?
gonna go by the equator and all this line where all that, and then we can even look at the people of India, which is darker than some of
That's
the
within
Africans,
equator. That's equatorial. That's equatorial selection.
Yeah. Does that
bro.
make an African?
So explain the dark people in Australia,
That's equatorial selection, yo, because they live within the equator.
Yeah.
They
They
live within the,
migrated there over
they
16,
live
20,000 years
they
ago.
live within equatorial and tropical zones.
bro. White people been over there for thousands of years. They still ain't
So
turned black.
you know what?
Exactly.
Because they recently got there.
Okay, how long does it take? What's the time?
Bro.
Give me the time in the
Oh,
gap.
oh, man. Listen.
What's your time in the gap?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're hitting that 2 hour mark.
Come
Madon,
on,
Madon, you know we ain't doing this conversation no more.
This
Because
nigga
this should go
dumb.
straight down
bro. We
pseudo.
just having a conversation, my
No,
nigga.
This
these are the
nigga
barbershop
dumb.
type conversations which we don't simply don't have. Like,
Look, look,
not,
look, look how look it didn't look at the Native Americans. They went from lighter Inuit type people, and they reigned and they went into the Americas North and South America, and they range in very different skin colors, even dark.
Yeah, your environment, your diet, genetic mutations, all play a factor, bro. So and once you got population groups established, and these genes become dominant in the population, that's what you get. Diversity you see. It's bottlenecking, it's diversity, it's over time. So these simple analogies you're making simply don't equate to nothing. These are very superficial, simplified conversations which we have a much more in-depth understanding of, right? So that's why the conversation can't go anywhere. But we've hit the 2 hour mark, right? And this is the standard protocol. If you want to, keep the shows nights within a tight time frame so that people have no problem tuning in afterwards and watching the information. Sabio,
Well, let
you
me
got
ask you something.
no, we're done. No, we're done with it. We're closing the show out. So if you
Nah,
have
nah, I'm done with it too. I just gonna ask you a question.
no, do a closing statement. I'm not going to do any more questions. You got a closing statement?
Yeah, man. My closing statement is I'll tell all the people listen to how the most honorable Elijah Muhammad broke down how the different shades of people came about, and I think it's more spot on than the science that Cedric is trying to
No,
bring
we ain't
about.
doing
I
it.
show you.
Even when it goes back to
Thank
where the
you.
blue-eyed
Thank you,
white man
Madon.
came about,
Thank you,
scientists
Madon.
show
All
that
right.
the white.
He ain't even look at the presentation, yo. We ain't doing that, yo. He ain't even look at the presentation or nothing.
Damn. So,
Yeah,
Sabio,
that's
you got the
cool.
floor.
Yeah, man. I appreciate the show that Gulla did. I appreciate that. Appreciate all the people that's pushing real science. You know, just keep it up. I'm gonna keep pushing fighting the good fight because there's too much misinformation, disinformation, and
Yes, sir.
undereducated people out there speaking on topics they shouldn't be speaking on. So appreciate y'all. Peace.
Thank you, thank you. Before I turn it over to Gullah to close this out, let me say thank you, Gullah, for excellent presentation. I got my butt whooped from Gullah, so I've learned this lesson. And the second go round, it is clear, it is concise. You can't argue it, right? This is the cladistic proper way of doing it. I appreciate you, Gullah. Gullah could take us out with your closing statements.
Yeah, man. I appreciate the love, man, and you know, what I'm saying my next, look out for my next presentation. I'm be doing the Gombe Chimp War of 1974. So look out for that. That's my next presentation. That's like kind of a masterpiece I've been working on. I've been working on it for a minute because I've been wanting to get it real accurate. Because it's actually history. This is based on history. But yeah, I'm gonna, what I'm saying, I'm gonna break that down next a little bit. So be looking forward for that.
Look, we the pseudokillas, nigga, let me coming for your head. Holding niggas accountable for the pseudo shit that they said. 2026, check the scoreboard. Pseudokillas, look, see the killer shoes. No fakers, no scammers, no flammers. Pseudokillas, look, pseudokillas, sweet straight pseudokillas. Yeah, we bringing the hammer slow. Pseudo, yeah, pseudo. Man, no fingers, no scammers, we the pseudokillers. I'm tired of all this talking, niggas running their mouths. Beat chest on platforms, begging for some clout. Niggas ain't saying nothing, motions crashing them out. It's another PKO, another pseudos have to fuck out. Ain't no more running niggas, we leaving pseudos dead. We the boogeyman to these pseudos, we leaving the streets red. Step in the ring, you pseudos, come out, take a shot. It's about time, little nigga, show us what you got. Show me. PK got mean intentions and the truth is no friend. This is war, love niggas on one way, this gone and say goodbye to next to kids. Straight up. Pseudokillers, pseudokillers, no faking, no scammers, no flammers. Pseudokillers, T-straight pseudokillers, yeah, we burning animals. Pseudo, red, no faker, no scammer, pseudokillers. check the stats. Pseudokillas. Fade out. Check the credentials. You lack the literacy for this level. Listen. Niggas doing they best trying to bless me. Try harder, keep failing the test, got no pedigree. Pushing killers, top dog versus ticks and fleas. Hit them all, trendsetters, everybody follow me. Line up, I make you beg for your life, praying on your knees. Lord, help on little dudes, ain't on my level, too hot, 33 degrees. Just so cold with it, watching niggas freeze. Psych cop, bubbly, flim lemon, nigga please. Got everybody talking science, but they can barely read it out. Said the ignorance is like a fucking disease. I'm really starting to question the mental capacity. Are you home? High school dropouts wanna compete with me. It's a clown, get your gate up. It's a long condo where I be. Trying to retrofit the data just to match your prophecy. Claiming ancient secrets, but it's really just a wage stretch. Hard to learn a lesson when you're dying just to preach. Let's dismiss. Top floor view, stay grounded.